I was on the train and there was a homeless guy who had been burned clear, like he had no face at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was going up to people being like, "Hey, I need money for a face." And I was like, "No, he's going to use it for drugs. No way he wants a face." That's what they all say. Anyway, I told it to a comic and she was like, "That's mean."
No, that's very funny.
It's horrifically mean. I'm just turning the volume down.
Yeah, we need a new chord or something, I think, for your... Yeah. It's Peking Duck. Veritas podcasting, folks.
This is what people want to watch.
This is what people want.
So which
They
mic
want
is
troubleshooting.
broken. All you need is headphones, and you would know this. All somebody needs to do is plug in headphones.
No.
You guys don't.
I see the levels right here, and I
You
can
don't
see
like
the peaking.
Monitoring. You don't like monitoring, huh?
It's not that I don't. I just, I guess I don't know how to do it. I just look at these levels. That tells me all I need to know. And these mics never have an issue. It's Nick's shitty Temu mics.
Yeah. Why?
Because he hates my podcast and he hates my
What?
success. It's not on.
Talk, talk, talk.
Okay,
Talk. There
keep
we go.
talking. That
Talk, talk,
sounds
That looks good.
nice.
Nice.
That's
Hello,
it's
hello.
juicy. Everybody's talking.
That's juicy.
Pop, pop.
I'm the top one. Ooh, fuck! Look at me. I'm winning. Ooh,
You are winning.
yeah,
No. Here I go. Here I go. No. And what did he win, folks? A small bear.
That's what I mean. While the people at home just threw their headphones on. They go, "Fuck this."
No,
Computer catches on fire.
yeah. So, I guess smell weed. What is that weed waft?
It's a Puerto Rican neighborhood. That's what it is. Yeah.
All right, Tony Hinchcliffe. So when are you moving to Austin, Santiago? That's the real question. They would love you down there. You should do Kill Tony.
I have. Wow. What a weird scenario. I have things I want to say, but it involves like other comedians, and I don't want to throw people under the bus. So I guess I can't say anything.
What do you mean?
Just that they're bad or that they rape people?
What are you talking about?
No.
If you want, you can say whatever and then you can cut it. Or are you doing a bit?
I'm not gonna fall for that.
Yeah, you fucked us with that.
I mean,
I even
learned my
called you
lesson
before you released it, and I was like, "I think you should cut this and this," and you were like, "I think it's fine," and it wasn't fine.
Turns out my podcast is a wild success within
Yeah.
my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of family listen.
You make a lot of offensive jokes. It doesn't bother you that your like cousins, your relatively conservative family members are listening to your podcast?
I don't think about it clearly.
Yeah, that's wild.
I obviously don't. It's not in my mind.
My first,
I blocked every family member on every.
I mean, my
social
mom knows
media.
not to listen, and that's the only person I really care about.
That's true.
So
my first stand-up thing that went viral was
love
about
you, mommy.
Was about my grandma's like many divorces, and
Yeah.
my aunt, my grandma's daughter, messaged me, and I thought she was gonna be like, "Congrats, like this is good." She just went, "This made me sad."
She's like,
I'm
I
not
also
taking it
love
down.
Dan.
Yeah. Well, not even that. She was like, "I'm just sad that that's how you remember her." It's like, oh no.
I know. Well, people think of comedy as some weird,
I'm just
like
kidding.
time capsule. Yeah, these are
I don't
jokes
care.
Yeah.
I'd say anything.
designed for
Yeah.
laughter. Yeah. What are you trying to say?
I think it's like your actual. I don't know. Let's skip it. Just kill Tony drama. More people moving to Austin for Kill Tony. A lot of people are.
I'm just curious. I want to know.
I'll tell you after the fucking
I want to
thing.
know now.
No, I think it's a good. I think the more like in a podcast they go, we'll talk about
We'll
it off
talk about
mic.
it
The more
later.
I'm like,
Yeah.
All
maybe
right.
they'll talk about it
Yeah.
later on the
Yeah.
mic.
Folks, I'm going to try to squeeze it out of
Maybe
a
we'll
minute
talk
30.
about it later.
Maybe
Yeah, big
maybe the one
tease.
guy's wearing a wire for the off the mic conversation.
I didn't say Puerto Ricans smelled like trash. I said they smell like weed. Yeah, that's
which is
different.
expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It's
classic.
the opposite of trash.
Right. Yeah, they're
treasure.
balling out over there.
It's treasure.
I mean, you say that, but I haven't smoked weed in pretty much a decade. No, I've smoked now and then, but like I stopped doing drugs and alcohol about a decade ago.
No, you didn't.
Hold on, except for when I do drugs.
Except for when you spill.
The last time I did
Powder
drugs
all
was
over
with you
Flophouse.
because you're the only person I know who still like has drugs.
Yeah.
You got to hang out at Cafe Balearica more.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What?
They'll hook you up.
Good to know. Yeah, a lot of comics do drugs, I guess, but just not at comedy shows. I don't know. I was just at a show and people were smoking weed. Anyways, the point is, I'm not around it, and now I have like it's really jarring when someone stands next to you and they smell like weed. You're like, this is fucking disgusting. You know, get away. From
I
me.
get that too. Even though I do smoke weed, it's It's kind of embarrassing.
It's
the scent.
so fucking gross.
But even cigarettes, I feel
It's like
that
you
if someone
reek.
reeks of cigarettes,
yeah, that's
it's
gross too. I just went
It's
to
really just hygiene.
the bodega. I'll talk shit about this.
Tell me.
Linda Street, fantastic. But please give me anything. They were like, dude, I went there at closing.
going right to
I
them.
got the last I got the last slices, and then the girl was like, "What are we gonna?" I was thinking, I was like, should I get an olive oil cake? And I'm like, well, I already had half a pint of ice cream today, so I don't know if I need cake. And then she was there. She was like, what are we gonna do with all this olive oil cake? How are we gonna get rid of it? And I was just sitting there sweating, and the guy was like, oh no, you put it in saran wrap and sell it tomorrow. And I crumbled, you know.
Made a little.
Yeah.
No,
Nothing.
Yeah.
it won't be as fresh. I'll eat it now in front of you.
Yeah.
Did
Exactly.
you get it?
No. No,
Piggy was good.
I think if I had asked for it, yeah, I
if you
wanted.
demanded it.
I eat like a fucking animal. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
And
But,
you like the food too much.
No, I like the food in appropriate amount. You don't live. You people are like robots. And I'll tell you this: when I went to fucking,
Gonna put the mic down, let him go.
when I went to fucking Italy.
Oh, I bet you were disgusting.
No.
I bet you gave America like a bad name. You just
no,
been
no.
like,
You did.
oh, so good.
No, they worship food over there. I didn't understand what the culture was, and then because you come to America and you meet Italian Americans, and you're like, these people should be shot. You know,
Yes.
these are the worst, most obnoxious people on earth, and you think Italy is going to be that, but it's not. You go to Italy, and it's just people like their economy's collapsing. You know, meanwhile they're just like, oh, I have a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's just like the only thing that like they focus on is food. Like it's a cult based around like the worship of food and pleasure and enjoying yourself, which is great. So I went over there and I was face fucking the pasta, and then people were just taking pictures of me.
And they're like,
They were
what
asking-
province are you
They
from?
were asking for autographs.
Yeah.
I was like the chosen one. It's like
Mhm.
you know how like the Buddhists, they wait thousands of years. They waited for the guy who got hard eating the pasta. That was me. They're like,
He's back.
it was-
He is,
they were like, oh, the royal thud underneath
Pope
the table.
Santiago.
That's
He has
right, yeah.
returned.
Yeah, Your Majesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had nothing going on
What do you mean? Economically?
in Italy. Just I remember when I was at Amalfi Coast or whatever.
Oh, Amalfi's brutal.
It's beautiful, but like I'm at this little beachfront thing,
Yeah.
and there's like these cute little 1950s like shacks and like little umbrellas and like one restaurant. I was
Just
like,
from
where's
lack
the
of
like
lack of
mega-
innovation.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, this should be like $1 billion resorts. What are you guys doing?
No. Well, here's
Put a factory here, you pussies.
Make Converse sneakers.
Yeah.
right next to the coast.
right. It's
Why
like you're
isn't
on
Google
the coast?
here?
You could be dumping chemicals right in
Yeah,
there. You
Twitter-
don't even need to like.
Twitter
send them
should
down
set up a base
a
around
river.
here.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was such a waste.
No, it's not. Here's my deal. I
Where did you go?
Yeah. I went to Rome, Naples, and the Amalfi Coast
What
for
about you?
5 days.
I just did Amalfi Coast.
Okay.
That was the initial thing.
And Capri's.
But
Is
then
that part of the Amalfi Coast?
Oh, Capri? Yeah, it's an island.
Where's the Amalfi Coast?
Yeah, it's south of.
In relation to the boot. Show
okay,
me on my leg.
Like Rome is here,
Oh.
Naples is here, and Amalfi is just a little bit. It's like 2 hours.
Well, that's not my leg. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay, your
Show me.
leg
Is
is not on frame.
Tactile learner.
Yeah.
Where is it?
You should have seen when
This
I
is,
explained algebra
Sicily.
to Zach. It was nasty.
Yeah. He got real deep in my taint, but I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life.
Anyway, so I told my friend from Rome.
No idea where that is.
He was like,
Where is it?
"It's in the middle,
Of what?
Right,
the fucking country."
right here, big boy.
My crotch? This is the podcast.
Guys, can we stop
Do you,
interrupting
do you want to have a
Santiago?
fucking serious podcast? Or not?
No.
Are we just gonna talk about boots?
I don't.
All day?
Talk about my feet.
Okay, how have you been, Zach?
Oh, yeah, we gotta
No,
get
I've been
some
good, but
views
I
on
do
this.
You've
wanna
been good.
know-
On a scale of 1 to 10, can you show me on my anus how good you've been?
Nick, get that out of here. Stop
I'm
it.
trying to get you viewers.
No, I don't want this. I don't want
it's
success.
me, Charles.
I don't want to go down this
I'm
road.
not sick anymore.
Is that
He did do this last
Is
time.
Every time I have, hey Charles, good to see you. Hi guys.
is that everybody wants Charles's feet? Is that
They
it?
just want any
Is
feet.
he-
Any
no-
feet,
Oh,
any feet,
that makes you feel bad. How would you feel if they were like, we like Charles's feet better? Charles
wouldn't
is the
care.
feet that we like.
The funniest one I
That's
looked
fine.
at your.
I don't think they
you-
like any. What's the point of having a foot fetish if you like any feet?
You want good arches.
No, you want like you want to like whatever makes like a lady hot. That's what makes a foot hot. You know,
Huge tits.
Curves?
yeah,
Yeah.
A wet pussy and an ass that don't
and
quit.
the faint smell of fish.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Anyway, I saw someone had commented on one of your episodes, and a history one too that you guys had clearly well researched and worked hard. And they go, Zach, can I ask you a question? And you were like, yeah. And you were, I think the question was like, can you take your socks off next time?
Yeah.
And I think you didn't answer.
We've gotten the same comment from this person. Actually, we should talk about this because they've commented a few times.
Have you talked about Daddy Michael, by the way?
No, we haven't talked about that. Nick, please. I'm cutting your mic privileges.
I think it's good. It's look.
No, I don't want
give
it.
the people what they
No,
want.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I mean, they've gotten it. They just got it, so he doesn't need to do more. They're gonna freeze on that frame. They listen on mute.
Here's what's crazy.
You know, it's the YouTube videos that get all the views. You know how you can go. You know how you can.
Dude, imagine if it was like, how desperate would I have to be to watch fucking women
It's
podcasts for 2
crazy.
hours to like maybe see a little bit of their boob for 30 seconds? It's like there's porn.
I
Just
know
watch
that's how
fucking
deep
porn.
in the hole these guys are.
Yeah.
Well, there's this one person who keeps commenting, like, "Can you guys, Nick, please? Can you guys please talk about wedgies on the podcast and whether you've ever gotten one and like how that's been for you?"
Like a wedgie, like from
Yeah,
school.
like up your ass.
Do you know why? It's
No.
because when you
What?
sit on a podcast and you're like this
Yeah.
and you're wearing shorts, you get bunched.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
get a
I'm
nice
bunched.
bunch going.
I'm bunched
I got
right
a
now.
full
You
rack
feel
of
it going
bananas right here.
up your ass, and then you take it out and it's all dirty.
Yeah.
Mine, I feel like it's
stinky.
mostly
Yeah.
crotch. It goes up my crotch. We're talking about wedgies. How'd that happen?
I don't know.
That's,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Have you ever gotten a wedgie?
I've been given one? Like,
Yeah. Have you ever?
No,
been
I gave my
wedgied?
brother one.
Of course you've
really
given.
bad. Like some family friends, like adult family friends, and I had just
Nice.
learned what a wedgie was.
Yeah.
And so they came in and like greeted my parents for like Thanksgiving or something, and they were all like wearing nice shirts. And I pushed Nathan to the ground and gave him, and it wasn't even his pants. I pulled his underwear up, and I was like, "Look at this!" And they were like, "Oh." And then I had to like go to my room, and I was really embarrassed.
They sent you to your room.
And then
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
since then, he's been autistic. Something
Yeah.
about after that, he's turned off to social
Yeah.
interactions.
Yeah, it
for
gave
some
him
reason.
just dyslexia. He couldn't read.
He scrambled up the
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
What about you? You ever gotten a wedgie?
Probably
Really? You
nothing-
don't remember?
I don't
You
remember
got the
much.
mind scrambler.
I don't remember much of my
What
childhood.
just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
much of your childhood.
Yeah.
is-
You
that probably means it was all wedgies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you repressed it. It's just
My uncle cornered me when my parents were gone, and he gave me a wedgie, an atomic wedgie. That's.
we're gonna take a quick break,
that's
folks.
what it must have
Santiago's
been.
about to cry.
Do you want to hear
Tell me about Italy. Yeah,
a funny story?
Sure, yeah, I do.
In fact, so one time, I'll tell you about Italy in a second. But one time,
Oh, sure.
I went to I do like music stuff, right? And then there was
You have
like
beautiful fingernails, by the way.
thank you, yeah, for your viewers
Your
at home.
fingernails should meet my toes.
Yeah.
Someone should Photoshop my fingernails onto his toes, and then it breaks Wiki feet.
Yeah.
Like the servers catch on fire. Oh, I went to this. So I found like a musical improv thing, which is, by the way, maybe the worst art form on earth.
Yeah.
Like a guy plays piano and people start singing songs, and I thought
Although
it was
the piano player is always an amazingly skilled
yeah,
pianist.
yeah. He's
Because
just
they said
switching
they're
genres.
they're
and
doing like a
tone.
film score.
Yeah. But
And the improv's the worst thing you've ever seen, and it's like, how did this
The mismatch
Juilliard
of
pianist end up at the Pit? How is he at the People's Improv
well,
Theater?
he needed $40.
That's true.
That's like, we value the arts so little. There's just like a guy in the fucking subway who went to Juilliard or Manhattan School of Music or something, just playing for pennies.
Mhm.
But I think that's a big thing, or playing just the same fucking 4 songs at weddings. Anyways, where I was like, I'd been here like a year, and I was like, you stand up in New York, it's all like jokes at open mics, right? So
Somewhat. Yeah.
So we started singing. They started singing a song, and they're like, "We are at the beach," and I was like, "My uncle is here, and he is fucking me." And then everybody stopped, and they were like, "Did that happen?"
Wait, you were in the improv scene? How did this happen?
I just went. It was like
was this a jam?
It was an improv
Oh,
jam.
you went to a musical
improv jam.
I haven't seen you in a month. You go to Italy, you come back, you're a gay
No,
musical
no.
improvisational.
This was 5 years ago.
Oh.
I had just moved
I
here.
thought this was last week.
I was like, I got to find a thing to do with music, and
okay.
I got to figure out how to do this.
Oh
so
my
I went
God,
to this
dude,
musical
that's
improv
so
jam,
embarrassing.
and I started, and they were like,
My uncle touched me.
Yeah, and they're like, did that happen? Do you need? They like stopped the thing, and they were like, do we have to?
They closed the
do we need
piano.
to talk to someone. No, the pianist kept playing. He started playing sad music.
Dun, dun, dun. I heard a story. Did I tell you this already on the podcast? I don't remember. At the comedy lottery.
And you're like, yes, it happened.
Yeah, you just don't stop singing.
Yeah.
yeah.
And this is how it went. And then they all do the swirly thing where they like take you back in time to the scene. You know.
There was a guy
chime in.
at the comedy lottery. He was like a Navy dude. First time doing stand-up.
Oh, boy.
And he goes, he was like, yeah, in the Navy, there used to be this guy called the Ghost. And he would go around all the Navy guys. And while you were sleeping, he would give you a blowjob. And he
You know,
goes,
like a ghost.
and he goes, yeah, that happened to me. I woke up and these guys fucking sucking my dick. And I was like, ah. And then the hosts were like, hey, man, I mean, I don't know. You got raped. And he goes, no. It happened like 3 times. And they were like, yeah, you got raped 3 times.
You lightning
goes,
never
no, I didn't
strikes.
get raped. I have a family. Like that's. He said, I have kids. I didn't get raped. It's like, all right, well,
Yeah, victims of rape can't reproduce.
no,
That's just a fact.
because they steal all your sperm
Yeah.
when they rape you.
Yeah, they're like Dementors. They take all your reproductive abilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I might have been there actually.
Were you?
Yeah,
It was
because
awesome.
I feel like
In
I
the
remember.
bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember Demetrius being like, "You got
yeah. Which is a good roast.
great roast.
Yeah.
He's one of the best."
No, he goes, you look like you got raped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like the type of guy
And
who
he's
got
like, no, no,
raped and then started
no,
a family.
no, I own a house.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
get raped.
My credit score is 800. I didn't get
Yeah,
raped.
yeah. Come on, I have a full-time job with the health benefits.
When I was in Italy, we were staying with a Navy guy stationed over there, and they had a guy who was
and
Raping guys.
were you like,
Yeah.
I call ghost?
the ghost. Yes. No. He would. He wasn't.
It's you.
He,
After all those
would-
years,
he was a
It's funny to give a just a goofy name.
the ghost.
Right?
the ghost.
Well,
yeah.
everybody has
He's
nicknames
just
in
at
the
the
military.
cafeteria. They're like, look, it's the ghost.
So did they know? Did they know? They knew who it was.
They're like, that's a racist. They're like, no, he's the ghost.
He's
I don't
the
know how to
ghost.
explain
He's
it
the
to you. He
ghost,
sucks
dude.
you off while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And if you press charges, well, I don't know.
Yeah, you
You
disappear.
keep talking
You're,
like that.
you're a Ghostbuster.
Or if you come, you're a ghost. Whatever.
This is the Navy. We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, busting makes me feel good.
No, but there was a guy who's a sergeant, or like a high-ranking person who
Yeah.
you couldn't yell at, and he would go to all the enlisted guys, and while they were sleeping, he would duct tape their penises to their belly buttons.
Well, that's a good goof.
Yeah, just.
I'm okay with that.
And it was always the top bunk person, so you'd be the guy said like you'd be on the bottom bunk, and you would just see feet, and then you'd just hear the like. And you would
my
get the
God.
guy above you.
That would be bad if you woke up as he's just pulling your pants down. You're like the ghost. He's like, no, I'm just.
I'm the duct tape guy.
Yeah.
He's like, how dare you?
No, I'm
Also,
duck.
salute me. I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Yeah.
captain.
Also,
I'm
the
your
ghost,
superior.
sir.
Yeah.
You say sir when addressing an officer.
Oh yeah, I mean he comes at night and he sucks you off and you can't do anything because he's higher rank.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know you don't
Yeah.
want to get in trouble.
gonna get
See the
like
stripes on this
uh,
jacket? No, I'm sorry, sir. It was dark. You
It's funny
You're
that
gonna get,
that's
PT.
what
gotta get court-martialed.
that's what high-ranking officials are. They're like, we need more funding for the military. We're running out of duct tape. Yeah, we need
It is
Everybody use
expensive.
Scotch. It doesn't
we need
hold all night.
$18 billion to run ads to get some cute little boys and
Yeah.
and some extra strong duct tape.
Yeah. I just switched to a staple gun. That sucked.
I wonder if like the chiefs of staff, the generals, are like, shit. They're talking to the president. They're like, I gotta go. We got a guy fucking tied to a pole. We gotta put
Oh
we
my,
gotta
I
put
forgot about him.
matches in it. We gotta put a firecrackers in his ass.
I know
We
another.
call that a Kentucky turkey.
I think this guy was a Marine, and he was stationed somewhere.
Where are you getting all these stories from?
I know 3 military guys, and they all have disgusting, weird stories like
Yeah.
this.
I should
The third guy,
query my military family because I have a lot of military family too. I wonder
they
if they've
do
also been
weird
raped.
gay stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
this guy, they were stationed. I think it was either in the desert in
You heard it.
Texas.
Nick Hopping thinks the military is gay. You
Well,
heard
he-
it here.
He's reporting on the fact
Yeah.
that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there's no
Oh,
subjective.
you said the military stuff. They all do gay
there's
stuff.
no
do gay
opinion here.
stuff.
This you're
They
just
do gay
report.
stuff.
It's yeah.
So everybody remember, if you disagree that the military is gay, you talk to Overshadowed podcast.
Hello.
And this is an
and-
official position of Flophouse Comedy Club.
Yep.
The military is gay.
Yeah.
Co-signed by Santiago's musical improv troupe,
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby.
But he was in the Marines, and they were stationed for their training in some desert, I think in Arizona or something. And the game they called it Jack or Pass.
Yeah.
And there was a porta potty that everybody used, and the game was you had to go in there and jack off, and you had to. It was if you come, you can leave, but it was so hot because it was
Easy.
like 150 degrees. You'd like pass out.
No.
Yeah, how are they checking? You have to have a handful of cum?
I don't know.
Easily gameable.
But he said there was one.
Just have some cum beforehand.
Yeah, get the guy before.
Just get some from the bucket
Get some
that you
shit
keep under your
out of that.
bed.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
what I came. It's
Yeah.
hot in there.
Go to the ghost.
It's
He's always
sludge.
got some extra.
Yeah.
No, but there was one guy who passed out, and they had to helicopter him to a hospital.
They had to ghost him.
Yeah,
They had to help him out.
That
They had
ghost.
to helicopter him to a hospital.
yeah, because he passed out.
That's amazing. And then the doctor was like, "So I see here you were jerking off in
Yeah.
a porta potty."
I was trying.
We were doing
He was
a.
like, "Listen, you gotta serve your semper fi."
We were doing a. Well, that's Marines. We were doing a 10-mile hike.
Marines.
I said Marines.
Oh, you said Marines?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well
This is
done.
Marines.
Yeah.
I was still on Navy.
Yeah.
Because Navy, it's gay. Marines, it's just jacking off because they're men.
Because they're real
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They jerk off in porta potties.
Thinking about their wives.
They don't even need the help. They're an army of one. That's
Yeah.
the army.
They don't even think about anything. They were looking at the shit, thinking about the shit.
Yeah.
They're men.
That's how
They
the
were like, "That's a
how
lot of
Marines
shit."
jerk off. Yeah.
yeah.
The few, the proud. Tell me about Italy.
Okay, it's this country in the Mediterranean.
Where though?
Pretty much right smack dab in the middle.
All right.
Yeah. No, it's on the top, I guess, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
What do you want to know? Do you have specific
I thought you had a
questions?
funny story that you were gonna say.
Nah. Well,
right.
okay, so I told my friend in Rome, I said, our plan is we're going to do 5 nights in Rome, 5 nights in Naples, and 5 nights in Amalfi. And
It's too long.
He goes, Amalfi is maybe like a 1 or 2 day thing. So we go there, we do a boat trip.
I did that
Is
shit.
We're
this,
staying in
is your friend
Salerno.
Italian? Does he live in?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Did you go to that
Guy
cave where
I
you
did-
see the Mary?
I did comedy with him in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You went to
but he's
the.
Italian. We went into some cave.
Did you see the Mary?
They have
rock?
Mary in every cave.
Yeah,
Mary's
I think
every
in Italy they do.
yeah,
They probably do.
yeah. Mary, quite
We like
contrary.
pulled in and they were like, "The rock looks like Mary," and you're like, "It doesn't," and they're like, "It does," and then you leave.
Yeah.
So what does Mary? What does Mary look like versus just a general woman rock?
They're like, no,
Really-
that's Christina.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's actually Magdalene. That's not the Virgin.
Yeah.
It's like a busty rock.
Well, just because she's a virgin doesn't mean she can't masturbate, right?
It
Yeah,
does.
she. No,
Was she a virgin?
if you're a virgin, it just means you haven't fucked. So she could.
No,
have been
not
that-
women though. Not women.
No.
No, women.
Mhm.
No.
No. She could have been an e-girl. She could have had like the cat ears and she's masturbating.
Okay.
And then one day she's like pregnant with the Lord.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That'd be
Subs
interesting.
drop off, but then a new group of subs
Subs
join.
drop off. Yeah.
A new alt-right group of very
Yeah.
conservative subs.
Yes. Keep it. Keep it. All right. So you're with your Italian buddy. You're at the Amalfi.
Yeah. No. He told me
Idiot.
Amalfi. He goes, "That's a fucking."
Sorry. Just trying to get back
Was
on
that
track.
rude? Was that rude?
I don't
What
care.
I just fucking did.
No, I don't
You
care.
just put wrong words in my mouth. I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you.
Thank you.
There's
This
literally
is
a recording of
And
what
I-
he said
This
accurately.
is a historical
And I
podcast
thank
Yeah.
you.
about my trip to Italy 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah. He goes, that's too long. I don't know how interesting this is going to be. We had like 5 nights planned, and then we did the boat trip, and then we were staying in Salerno. But the thing is, you go to the towns of like Positano and Amalfi, and like they fucking suck. Like they're beautiful. It looks like the coastlines are amazing. You know, you see all the shit. You see people eating like ice cream out of a lemon, like lemon sorbet out of a lemon, and you do all that. But like these towns are like quadruple overpriced, and there's nothing to do in them except go to like overpriced restaurants. Like they blow.
Yeah.
So then we left the
It's
Amalfi Coast.
just tourism.
It's just tourism, but
No
like
culture.
entirely devoid of culture.
No
Like,
culture.
nothing to do at all. It feels like the entire industry there is tourism. I also saw a bunch of like apartments for sale, which I thought was funny because it like looks like paradise, and people are like just like get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't live here. You can't.
Yeah.
live. You don't live.
The Navy guy we were staying with or whatever, he was dating an Italian girl, and I was like, "Are you gonna?" She was like 22. I was like, "Once you get your degree, what do you like? Would you live in Italy?" She was like, "Fuck no! Like nobody wants to live in Italy."
Yeah. I don't know.
Italy stinks. You heard it here, folks.
I don't know about that. My friend that I was talking to was like, they actually have like a lot of industry, and I looked it up. They've got some shit going on.
Ferrari,
But yeah, most people I think leave.
Bugatti.
Ferrari. Do you know the fucking deal with Ferrari? Do you know if you buy a Ferrari, you're not allowed to like modify it? Or
No.
yeah. Like they.
It's like a historical town.
No. What?
It's like
It's
like Williamsburg or
yeah.
Annapolis.
Yeah,
you can't if you
yeah.
own a house, you can't like do anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
What?
landmark.
What?
Yeah, I think like Dead Mouse bought a Ferrari and then got it wrapped or got a paint job and like they sued
Somebody
him.
arrested him.
They-
The
no,
Ferrari police drove
How would
up.
they catch him?
They catch him in a Red Bull car.
In a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Or in a Bugatti. What's
Yeah.
a faster car?
I don't.
I think a Bugatti. Charles would know. We miss
Yeah.
you.
It is
Give
a
me
bit-
that.
Charles would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you sign a contract when you buy it
Mhm.
that you will not modify the car. Otherwise, they can sue you because it's like their copyright or it's like their.
You can also
brand.
not post that you modified the car.
Impossible.
That is
No, they've got little
Yeah,
Italian
right.
men. They've got Italian men all
I
over.
give you a week.
yeah.
country.
They have a guy hiding in the frame,
They're just
waiting for you to modify it.
They just have a guy outside every strip club in like Atlanta and like Las Vegas. And like, how would you have a modified car and not go to a strip club?
True.
You know?
Or just drive it through the town. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of Cybertrucks around.
Yeah. Here's what I read about the Cybertruck. Like, people are wrapping those,
Yeah.
and it's made out of stainless steel. And when you remove the wrapping, like it fucks up the
Really?
outside of it. Yeah. Well, there's a reason cars aren't made out of stainless steel
Because they're
like,
pussies.
Well, they have like a lacquer coating painting, right? And then these guys were like, "Well, it's gonna be cool and different." And it's like,
Yeah.
well, it's not very resistant to the elements. You can't take it through a car wash. I think it damages it. I think if you piss on stainless steel, it like
Yeah, but you can
fucks
shoot it with
up.
a compound bow. I saw Rogan do that.
Yeah. You
It was
can shoot
fine.
it with a compound bow.
And what happens if you do that to other cars?
It goes right through the car.
Really?
That's the thing. Elon made a point. He was
So what
like,
happens if you ever like
he
drive
was
through
like-
Wakanda?
He was like, in a movie, everybody will open their door and hide behind gunfire. Doesn't work. If you shoot a gun at a
Yeah.
door, it'll go through both doors.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Cybertruck, you actually can use your door as a riot shield.
For how? I mean, what gauge? Like, you fucking put a shotgun up to it. It doesn't. Like, there's got to be a limit.
I
Right?
don't know, probably.
Okay.
Probably
anyways,
limit, but it's
but-
fun that he's like purge-proofing his cars. He's
I
like,
think
so
it's just
when the
shit he
water
saw in
wars
movies, he's like,
begin,
that's on my car now.
Well,
Like,
did you see
yeah.
the thing that like there was a video game designer that came out that said I designed a video or he made a video game where you had to design the perfect car for like aerodynamics and speed and the
Okay.
perfect car it looks exactly like the Cybertruck and he's like I think Elon Musk just played this game as a kid and then just wound up making the actual truck
Probably.
itself.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's good to know that bows and arrows don't like. I won't drive my car when I go fight
Through
the
the
Native
Amazon.
the Native Americans.
Yeah, for when you
anymore.
go
I was gonna go
finish
take
the
back.
Manifest Destiny.
Yeah, exactly.
When you go through the Black Hills, you'll be all
You
right.
go to the reservation where everybody's passed out from alcohol, and you're like, "Hey, who wants to fight?" Right
Yeah,
in
in
your
your
car.
Honda.
The-
you'll get
can I?
killed.
This is kind of related. The kids I babysit today, one of them is obsessed. He just gets like fixated on one kind of controversial opinion or question
I
or
do
something.
that. That's what I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to turn out to own a comedy club one day. One of them was just like a Rick and Morty quote that was like 9/11's an inside job, blah, 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 you know, whatever. The one today was he was like smarmily asking, he's like, "Do you think Christopher Columbus was a terrorist?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man." He's like Hitler. Like he's like worse than Hitler. And he's like kept bringing this up. He brought this up to me, his mom, his dad.
Yeah.
And like, well, and then his mom was like, "Well, yes, we did horrible things to the Native Americans, which is why we gave them land and then casinos." And then she's like, so "This is literally a dinner time."
casinos.
And I was like, "Well, that didn't work out, great." And
Did
she
it
was
not?
with the casinos.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, they get all the money, but then they have all this time, and it's not good to have all this leisure." And then I was
What?
about to be like
Leisure time is bad.
lapsing into alcoholism and shit. Well, because they've lost their land, they have all this money. You
Did
know,
you see
so
the
they're
f-
deprived of their culture, and then they just have all this money.
Did you see the Flower Moon
What?
movie?
This is a bonkers argument.
Is this a bad take?
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Why? What's wrong with it?
I mean, generally okay.
I agree,
sure.
money is good.
Money's good.
But if you rip someone's culture, land, and kind of
Okay,
everything that they lived for
But
away
they
from
can
them, and
buy-
they just have
They can buy land with money, right? Like if their community gets money again,
Sure.
they can buy land and reestablish communities. The issue is like
Suppose.
when people just don't get either. They have nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can they buy land?
Of course.
So
They-
what's
they have
the
they have
problem?
US
Why are they all
dollars.
drinking all a bunch?
I don't think all of them own casinos. I think it's
Right.
a couple of guys own casinos.
guys.
And they take advantage of like the Native
I think they
American
get a
rights
lot
to
of. They're like Hasidic Jews, where they get like a ton of
subsidies.
tax. Yeah,
Tax
yeah,
breaks.
or
yeah,
like
they get-
Alaskans,
It's not even breaks. They get like money.
Sure, but it's what do you think they get a check in the mail?
a fund.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some kind of
Hasidic
fund.
Jews get a check in the
No,
mail.
not them. No,
I think they do.
For what?
The tunnels.
They're
From who?
For
just looking
excavation
so cool,
costs.
being so dapper.
Yeah.
It's Balenciaga sponsors them.
Yeah. Those Schremmels are fucking
Yeah.
expensive.
No, but I think they are largely paid for on New York City's dime.
What are you talking
I
about?
think they are. I think they're-
Based on what?
I heard this.
Yeah, from who?
I think it's true.
Some fucking neo-Nazi.
I was listening to Sirius XM in my Cybertruck, and
Yeah. I'm
Elon
Pretty
told me
sure
himself.
I think that they get a lot of money from the city.
Really, I think you can get tax breaks. I think it's hard to get like money, like literally paid out money, or unless you're talking about like welfare fraud, like they have a bunch of kids.
Also, hold the mic
and
a little closer. That one.
No, I think they just get
No.
legal money.
You don't have to. I don't care.
Are you doing a bit right now?
No, I think this is true.
You think fucking the government and regular Jews don't get it? So you think the
You talking
government?
Jews or Native Americans?
You-
Jews.
Okay.
Jews.
Just wanna
you
make
think-
sure we're
you
on the
think-
same-
You think
in
the
New York
government? It just goes, hey, Hasidic Jews, here's your money.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Maybe they game the system.
No, I
that's
think
a different thing.
Well, I think they're just there's these whatever set aside set up for them, and there's such a massive voter block in New York that it's been.
We'll be right back.
I think this is. I think this is a
I have
thing.
no idea. I don't know.
I've no.
I mean, this isn't like a conviction I hold. I heard this, but I think it's true.
Back to the Native Americans. What this
If
kid
it's
was
not
saying.
true, cut this.
This kid. I don't.
It's so
it's
funny
fine.
that
Cut all that if it's not true.
I'm gonna look it up and make
can
you
be
look
like,
real
rape,
bad.
rape, and then someone goes, Jews get money, and they're like,
Whoa,
Jew-
whoa.
hey, let's go back to that other thing. What
Yeah.
a guy raping people in the Navy? Let's go
Yeah.
to something a little bit less
That's-
controversial.
That's
Something the whole
light
family can
comedy.
listen
That's
to.
light
Yeah.
comedy, right? Yeah. Gather around your radios, everybody, and fire up Overshadowed. We're about to hear a story about the ghost.
Is there a ghost in here? Ooh, this place is haunted. Ooh, spooky. Frank, I know it's you.
It's my
No.
friend.
That was my question. Wait. That was my
It's the
question.
ghost.
Given that we're back on the ghost, did they know who the ghost? Like, did they know it was Frank, or were they like, yeah, there's that ghost?
What do you think? They rotate around. They have a calendar.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck,
Who's
it's my,
ghost
it's
this
my
month?
week to be ghost. Oh, fuck.
Fuck,
I hate ghost
Can I
week.
switch with you? I'd rather do latrines. Just I got lockjaw from last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is the answer.
Okay, well, follow up, please. Get that guy, invite him back to do a paid spot on a show,
Yeah.
and then I'll ask him.
And, Q&A.
But
So
this,
when you got
this
did you know him, or because most of the time you know them?
yeah, you do know.
Statistically, it's usually people you trust.
But this kid, he's just obsessed with like Christopher Columbus was like worse than Hitler, and then
I mean, yeah, he's on Twitter or whatever. He's on Reddit.
Sorry?
He's whatever, like what's the
Oh, the
woke
kid.
website now? Yeah, he just went on some
no,
fucking,
he's on YouTube Shorts. Like he's not on the
yeah,
internet.
yeah. He
He's
saw
on.
some blue-haired non-gender person be like, actually, Columbus.
Yeah. Well, he's not woke.
I mean,
he's just
if
like
you-
trying to have
If
the
you read about
most.
what fucking Columbus did, I mean, it is fucking insane. Like, what he went to Hispaniola, and then they enslaved all these people and nearly wiped out the entire population of the island.
But
But
my
it
point.
is- it's- but it is-
no.
they-
He's
they
got
totally
an argument. But
committed
my
genocide.
of course.
But so did everybody else.
But that was
back
more,
then.
But
more
my
par for the
point-
That was
course,
kind of
yeah.
like the thing to do.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah.
Whereas
Also,
Hitler
they were
was like
also
a
killing a
throwback
lot of
what he was
Jews when
doing.
Hitler did it. He didn't fucking invent killing Jews.
Yes.
He was
I
just the Michael Jordan of it.
I think Matt Summerstein has a funny joke where he was, people are like, well, it's 2024, we don't do that anymore. He's like, do you think there was ever a time where people were like burning witches? And he was like, well, it's 1512, that's what we do.
Sure.
That's it. Tis the time.
Yeah. funny.
To your genocide point. But what I was saying, this is all like over dinner table conversation with two 9-year-olds and their mother. I was like, well, Hitler rounded them up, and like what killed a lot of the Native
Yeah.
Americans
Columbus
was
had
disease.
the good manners to go to them.
Exactly.
They didn't have to
yeah.
travel.
Right. He
Yeah,
did the
he-
commute for them.
He did DoorDash.
He found
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll find you. But a lot of it was intentional, but a lot of it was like inadvertent through the Columbian Exchange.
Sure,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So my point was like Hitler, he put in some real work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then it kind of fizzled out, and I'm like, so Caleb, what's up? What's up with you?
Yeah.
They're just they're trouble.
Well,
you.
I mean,
And-
Columbus's genocide wouldn't that was more of a means
no, he worked
to an
them
end.
death.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
at least for Hitler was killing Jews
To
in
purify.
such a way, but it worked
That's
against
just
the
my
war
opinion,
effort. They were
by the way.
taking
That's-
resources to kill Jews while
Right.
losing a war.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
they
takes
were also
gumption.
using them for free labor, and they were like hiring out their labor. To,
What were they
to
doing, though?
corporations. They were fucking like making, I
Like-
don't know, just
like
factory
what?
work.
Yeah, but they could have. But anyone that they
Chemicals.
killed,
Yeah.
like they weren't using for labor. In fact, they were inputting labor to kill more Jews.
What?
anybody in the concentration camps who they starved and then killed that could have been laborers, but they instead of that chose to exterminate.
You talking
them.
about the German employees?
No,
Or
yeah, but
and
to
also
run the concentration camps, and it's a lot of money and effort
Okay,
to
so
do
if
that.
you were head of the Nazis, what would you have done? You would have said, "Let's forget this Jew thing. Let's focus on taking over the world."
Yeah, of course. Well, because they already started.
He's
that.
the account. He's
Yeah,
looking
but
at. He's
that's-
like, "What is this?"
He's
shit?"
like
And then-
splitting
and then-
focus.
And then people are like, "Why are we taking over the world?" And you're like, "Well, we're going to get rid of the fuck."
Ah,
Yeah.
God.
Fucking
What do we do
idiots.
first? Chicken or the egg?
Forest for the trees.
They need a sales pitch,
Yeah.
right? They need a reason. Otherwise, they're just guys trying to take over the world. Who likes that?
Right.
You know,
Ooh,
it's no good.
nice one.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Two Reichs don't make it wrong.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
But a third Reich.
yeah.
That might just do it.
Third Reich. Yeah,
Third Reich's a charm.
They canceled themselves out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if any historians been like.
I've heard that point before.
Have you heard that point?
I didn't
Yeah.
come up. I've never come up with anything.
I do
Yeah.
know that.
that
I still
like,
jokes too.
if Hitler had not focused so much on the Jews, he would have. Yeah, I mean, it was costly. They had to build the concentration camps.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, probably got Jews to do it, but you know.
Yeah. That'd be a tough one. It's like, so what are we building? And you'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see when it's done. We're gonna do the sign last. Oh no! He's making the sign.
Yeah.
Shit. Thought this was gonna be like a water
And
park.
he doesn't figure it out till like the very last letter.
Yeah.
Oh, no joke. It was fucking insane. Like they rounded up Jews and they told them like we're gonna relocate you guys to somewhere else, and like people would like willingly show up with like sandwiches for the trip. It's like
Damn. It's like snacks.
It's like brutal. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
like,
it's-
oh
I
yeah,
mean-
they're-
Oh, you guys want to hear something awesome that happened that Marty might be mad that I tell about?
yeah.
But it was awesome.
Sure, let's hear it.
We were it was after a show. There was this Polish girl
Yeah.
at the show, and she
Nice.
got drunk, and then
Ooh.
afterwards, and
Uh-oh.
she was hot, and Marty was kind of trying to flirt with her. So afterwards, she's drunk, and she and a couple of friends are hanging out, and she's like playing on stage with the microphone.
Yeah.
And she's like, I would like to do stand up. So she's just like talking into the mic, blathering on. So then me and Marty come sit in the front row. She sees Marty and she goes, "You are Jew?" and he goes, "Yeah."
Good crowd work.
And she goes,
That's
"In
solid.
Poland, we love Jew jokes." And he's
Yeah.
like, "I know."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You want to hear?" And then
And?
Marty doesn't say anything, and I was like, "Yes." And so
Be respectful of her culture, man.
yeah, so she's like, I have joke, but I don't know in English. So she's putting it into Google Translate.
Oh my god.
And she's trying to like pronounce all the words, and the best part, she goes, "How do you say this word?" And I go, "Chimney."
Oh my god. Oh. What was the joke?
It didn't even like make sense. I think she didn't translate it right, but she was
Yeah.
like, what was the little Jew doing waiting by the chimney? And the punchline was waiting for his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all like,
yeah,
ugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because his mother dressed up as Santa Claus. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And
Was
Monty
she
was
Jewish?
like, don't
No.
tell that. No, she was Polish.
No, like what was the Jew doing looking through the chimney? He
Some-
was
No,
looking
no,
for his
I
mom.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
something
an
like that.
ashes joke.
Yeah.
I know.
Ashes to ashes.
Fun to funky. We know.
Major.
Um,
Wow, you listen to
junkie.
David Bowie now? I
You
didn't know
said
that.
I've always listened
she's
to David Bowie,
Polish.
way
Yeah,
before
there was
you
a bunch
did,
of Polish
before you were
Jews.
born. She was not Jewish. She was Polish and Swedish.
Yeah.
It's a bad mix.
There was a bunch of Polish Jews. Yeah.
Anyway,
they
but
mostly went to
Marty
Israel.
kept being like, "Don't tell that joke again." And she's like, "In Poland, we love that joke." And he's like, "I got it."
You
but
should go to Poland and stay there.
Woo! She did. She actually went back a couple days after.
Nice. Good. Wow, that would have. That's
It's
tough.
what's funny is that that's her. That's
That's tough.
what she thinks like
Comedy
stand up is.
Yeah.
Just from looking online, and she goes, "Fucking Jew." She's like, "Oh, stand up is easy. I've seen the clips. Fucking
Yeah.
Jew."
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, she's not wrong.
Sure.
That is what people are fucking doing online.
Yeah, it's
You
more
know?
like at
Are
the
you
highest.
fucking Indian?
You kind of
That
have to do it
would
for like
have-
10 years.
Yeah.
I
and
think
then you can make it work.
precisely what she said would have done well on Kill Tony.
Yeah, I was thinking
If
she's
she
seen,
did
she's seen a bunch of
exactly
clips
that
of a
set
guy with a red
verbatim.
microphone
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cerebral palsy.
People would have thought it was
calling
like a
people Jews.
character.
Yeah.
You are a Jew? Oh.
You're a Jew. Yeah.
So, tell us, how long have you been doing comedy? 30 seconds. Really good. That's really impressive.
Unbelievable.
Wow, unbelievable. Just absolutely incredible.
Unbelievable.
The talent, you won't see that in New York, folks. That's in Austin, Texas. We're really in the middle of a storm right here. We're in a new movement here.
Yes.
Does he say
yes.
stuff? I've not actually watched it. Is that what it's like?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do. No, I do. I
It's
do
insane.
appreciate that he's very. I mean, for the most part, unless they're obviously have no hope or promise, he's pretty positive.
No.
Yes.
No,
is.
they love to shit on fucking.
No, of course. But
comics.
if you have an ounce of humor and like you're decent, he will, he'll
Yeah.
talk you up. Even if you have like a shit set.
I
I saw one of my friends recently on there, and
Did they do
didn't-
poorly? Who?
the interview was decent.
Name.
Danny.
Yeah.
The interview, his set was whatever. Interview was good. He's a very funny guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were super complimentary.
You're gonna fucking. This is what I didn't want to talk about, so we can start talking about it.
Yeah.
But this is what's funny. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Comedy juice. According to a friend of ours who's a podcaster on this podcast, I'm not going to name names.
Yep.
I'm not going to say who it is.
That's Manth.
This is Charles.
Danny went down there and they told him, "You got the golden ticket. If you move to Austin, we're going to take care of you." And then he had the.
But he didn't get it on stage.
No, he got it last year. They told him.
Oh.
I guess I don't know if they
Okay.
told him on stage.
All right.
But then he goes. He has a set, and he's doing all these act outs. And I like Danny. I think he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, "Okay, we're gonna have you at Secret Show. We're gonna have you at MSG if we ever go back to MSG."
Saw the whole thing.
And then I went on Reddit because I was like, "Great, Danny's gonna blow up," and people are furious and they're like, "This is a plant. This wasn't an actual bucket pull. Already knows Danny. They know each other from Toronto. It's
Yeah,
fake." And then
right.
they were like, "Tony should have torn them apart." Like they're fucking They're like, "This is rigged. I thought this was a real show I was watching." They're like losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Where are the retards that represent me?
that they're like shitting on him, and it's like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's his. You're watching this guy's stupid show, and he's running his stupid show the way he wants to run it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's just like the trolls of
I guess it's
Kill Tonyheim were upset.
It's so funny because actually Casey Rocket was at Gotham. I almost went to watch him tonight.
Yeah.
He's funny. He
He's
made
funny.
me laugh in Austin. But it is funny that like you go on. I'm like obsessed with like the internet for some reason, but like I'll go and look
Very
at
tantalizing. I
all
think it's
these-
gonna hold up.
like you look at all these podcasts.
I
And
think it's
now-
gonna do well.
Well, there's you've seen like podcast cringe. Do you know what that is?
Mhm.
There's like podcast.
It's hard not to
about
watch those.
Podcasters.
Yeah.
And if you watch any Andrew Schultz clip, then
Yeah.
podcast cringe will come up and be like the truth about Andrew Schultz.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Shane's
a nice guy and
Se-
Andrew's a mean guy.
Sebastian Maniscalco, real comedian versus poser fraud.
Poser podcaster.
Wannabe fake.
And I watch all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I watch all of them.
So you watch that, and then fucking, I can't believe he's taking a phone
Hilarious.
call. Unbelievable.
I'm here
Hey,
with you,
man,
buddy. Hey,
it's over.
we got the real mics.
Yeah. You done? You fucking what the fuck? I was bitching about
I thought
it.
Nick was like gonna
Anyways,
throw up, and
and
then it
then
turns
I-
out he's talking to his girlfriend. No,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
throw
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you gonna lose the weight? What do you think talking to Manth is gonna make you lose the weight? Your
throwing up.
disgusting gut.
I'm gonna ghost you.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like you go on these subreddits and like they hate every single fucking regular and they watch it every week.
Yeah.
They're like fucking Hans sucks, William Montgomery sucks, Casey Rocket, and it's like why do you
They're
watch
all
this
doing
12
Richard
hours?
Nixon impressions.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how
And
they
I
type.
am not a crook. Hans is a rapist. Hans is a communist.
Han's like,
Which is
I did
worse.
not touch that woman. It's Bill Clinton. He's the Clinton of To Kill Tony. God damn it. Now we're talking about it. We can get off this. But
Did
that
you
is-
already
that is
talk about
interesting.
that?
No. I'm saying now we're being the podcasters talking about podcasts.
Well, no, because I don't give a shit. I don't watch the thing, but it's so crazy to me to like they watch it and they've got like these furious opinions about who should and shouldn't be on there, and it's like you guys are like the biggest losers on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody told me that the joke with Kill Tony is that it's like retards performing for retards.
Mhm.
Like it's,
Yeah.
actually, I have a-
Luckily, it's a big tent. There's a
It's a
lot
big
of them. That's a huge demo.
it's a big pen they keep them in.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, huge stable. It's like a factory feeding farm.
Free slop.
Yeah,
The
free
slop's
slop.
not bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah, the slop is just fucking giving pills to alcoholic girls.
Yeah, I do think when
Just
Danny
white
gets
trash chicks.
gets paralyzed working on an oil rig, his chances will be much higher.
What?
of-
I have a
of
friend
becoming a famous
who's a
comic.
dwarf who does stand up.
Yeah, you know Brad Williams?
No.
Oh,
Like this?
He's one of the shortest people alive.
yeah.
His name is Amon.
He carries a
Hachibi.
battle axe.
And we were in
Hates the elves.
He was in Italy. He's Australian, but I know him from Berlin. Okay. Yeah, his name is Gimli.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and he said, "And you have my axe." Yes. Right, that's what he said. I said,
"It only counts as one."
I said, "Pass the fork." He goes, "And my axe." And I said, "No, I'm eating eggs." He goes, "And my axe."
You're like, this is not cute anymore.
Yeah. But he's small, so the axe actually does work as a fork. So it's kind of a problem.
It's a spork.
I was like, "Yeah, I take it back." He goes, "Anytime, it's okay."
Doran's beard, you're stubborn.
Yeah.
Sorry. What's that? Just the Lord of the Rings thing. Keep.
I've never seen it.
Doran's beard.
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's so boring.
You got all the references.
I watched it.
Or are you just laughing at me?
No, I was laughing with you because I knew that sounded Lord of the Ringsy.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings where like
It's just a long walk of the movie.
It's
it
like
sucks.
fucking race science. All the orcs
Yes, I
are
love
black
it.
people. The
No,
elves,
they're not.
Yes, they are, dude. The elves
you heard
are
of
like
the
They're tall and black. Is that it?
The
They're just tall and
And
they
they all
are
speak
black.
in jive. They're like,
yeah,
yo, what up?
yeah. They're like,
Black speech.
Yeah.
Their language is called black speech.
yeah.
Which
Yo, how we doing?
No,
they're all fucking Cockney Londoners.
Yeah.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. That's what they sound. They're like poor Englishmen.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
they're
racial.
They're
it's
poor and they
it's
have black skin.
economic.
Yeah, fucking you do the math. I don't
Yeah,
care.
but
have-
And
there's
the elves,
no black
the
people
elves,
in England.
The,
That's
the
all
elves
I
have
know.
perfect sight and they're geniuses and they live forever and they're like ethereal blonde entities, you know. And then there's these like short little trolls.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not wrong about the race stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't know if the orcs are black.
Orcs are black for
All
sure,
right.
dude.
Well,
Other countries like
I would love to have like two orc
dislike
friends.
other groups besides black people. It could have been a different kind of.
That is true. It could be a different
Oh,
racial
like
group
could
that
have
they
been
hate.
Turks.
Could have been
Could have been
Turks.
Turks. Could have been Asians.
Tan.
Some people don't like Asians.
Do you think when black people watch Lord of the Rings, they think the elves are the bad guy? They're like they're gentrifying Gondor. Can you believe it? These fucking orcs, they're just trying to build a ring to take back their neighborhood.
You haven't seen it? You're doing pretty good.
I watched it.
There's no way to not know many references just
no.
by being a person.
I watched it when it came out.
Could you have pulled Gondor?
in theaters?
You piece of shit.
The One Ring and Sauron, exactly.
Saruman. That was confusing though.
So stupid. People suck.
Just confusing.
Suck Tolkien off so much,
Not
and
stupid.
it's like this is moronic. Like they're like he invented a language and he invented a lore, and it's like, yeah, I guess. You ever see someone doodle endlessly, and you're like, what's the point of this?
I have seen a lot of homeless dudes on the train like doing seemingly very complex equations. You know what I mean? They have like a whole sheet of like Sam Witwicky transformer hieroglyphics on their paper, and I'm like, he's gonna crack it one day. He's gonna run this train.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna figure it out.
I saw a guy who was like synesthetic, and he's like, I created my own language, and this letter maps to this letter, and it's like, yeah, you've just created a more complex English,
right?
You
Which
just-
is already
you just found a phonetic way of using your own characters to write English. You have not invented language or
Yeah.
done anything. You've just abstracted it out
you ever
and
have-
made it more difficult.
You ever
to
have that though when
understand.
you're writing notes in school or whatever, and you start doing your own shorthand,
Yeah.
and then I
I
think
put
if
F
you
for when someone's a
That's
like,
good.
Nick Hopping
clever.
is
Yeah.
an F.
that must save you like hours.
F
You're
dash-
Writing about all these
I write
Fs.
You're like-
F dash cocksucker.
Yeah. Hitler was a total F. I shouldn't have done that to those Jews who were also Fs.
Yeah.
No, you write little shorthands, and then I could see the demented mind steering towards like, well, what if everything was shorthand?
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
how you get into this weird schizo
Well,
language
that's what,
creation.
like,
I wrote longhand. I would add suffixes to words that didn't exist.
I would add tails.
I'd write like Lamparellino.
I would make all my
Instead of
letters
lamp.
sexy and
I
give
did
them
that a lot.
boobs.
I did that in Italy.
Lamparinos?
Yeah,
In Italy, you know,
a lot of arenos
You know,
in my
isimo?
notebooks.
Like
Isimo?
forte means loud, and fortissimo means very loud.
Yeah.
I would just say isimo for everything.
Can I get a bananissimo?
No, people would be like, "Hi." I would say, "Ciao, ciaoissimo."
Oh, their hair blows back. It's too forte. Oh, this man is so venti. That's all I got. You pick up any Italian?
It means 20 venti.
Oh, no, I thought it meant tall. Oh, it means 20 ounces, right?
Yeah.
I thought it meant tall.
Venti, and then 30 is 30.
Oh.
Yeah, much like 20 in Spanish.
Veinte.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
tall?
Tall is tall.
Tall is tall.
Yeah.
It's same in every language.
Yeah,
I would guess largo.
Alto.
they drop
Alto
their
and
accent
largo.
too.
Isn't it alto in Spanish?
They're like
Alto is in
tall.
Spanish, yeah.
Tallissimo.
Tallissimo.
Whoa.
He is gayissimo. See?
Yes.
I want to give it away. Hello?
Was it because I was eating lemon sorbet out of that man's ass?
Sorbetto. Yeah. Are you looking for topics?
You got
Yeah.
any notes?
I can just talk.
No, that's bad.
Okay.
What was that section that said friends? You're gay.
Friends? Question
Well, I
mark.
have them categorized.
How to make?
friends and then an empty checkbox.
What the fuck were we talking about?
that was when I put my fingers in Marty's pocket and he got really upset with me.
Dude, Marty, one time we were at the, this is a thing I do sometimes. He was yawning one time. And sometimes when my friends yawn, I stick my fingers in their mouth and I go, and he was so
Exactly.
angry.
Yeah, your fingers are gross.
He said it was sexual assault, but I say it's just regular assault.
Oh, well, that depends.
I have
On me.
Well, did he go?
I have one small anecdote. We were this was on Halloween night. Molly and I were going out somewhere, and we got to our train stop to get on the train, and this homeless guy, I assume, pulled out a lollipop, and he's like, "You want?" And Molly took it, and then she was like, "Wait, no, I don't want this." And then he pulled out an egg from his pocket, and he's like, "So you want this?"
She's like,
He's
oh,
like,
yeah.
"Yo."
Can you put it on a
She
stick?
goes, that is
She's like,
healthier.
"I'm glad I had."
He thought she was on a diet.
It was
He was
the
like,
sugar.
"Oh, are you trying to eat protein?"
Protein, yeah, you're
that's
keto.
right, yeah.
I have something for everybody. He gave me a battery to suck on. He was a very nice guy, very hospitable on the two. It was great. I couldn't believe she took the lollipop, and then also he had another option.
Sometimes it's the easiest way to end the interaction is to just say thanks.
Right, but I didn't know if he was like a vampire. That now we like let him into our lives.
Yeah, now he gets to fuck your girlfriend.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
you
was.
turn over the lollipop and it says this counts as consent. And she's like, no, no. And he's like, Your
I may
Honor,
as
the
well have the
lollipop.
She's like, it's so good. Why is it so good?
and then he's on trial, right, for lollipop rape.
Yep.
And he goes,
The Lollipop Guild is the jury.
Hold on. He goes, Your Honor.
Yeah, he's like, wait.
He goes, Your Honor, there was a lollipop, which implies consent. And they say, jury, what do you think about it? He goes, jury, check underneath your chairs. And they pull under their chair, and it's a lollipop, and it says, I consent. And he just rapes all of them.
Well, he has sex with him consensually.
Right.
Come on.
He makes love to them.
You're a bad lawyer. You're a bad stenographer.
Brought to you by who makes lollipops? Chupa Chups.
Chupa Chups.
What's the lollipop brand anymore? You can't think of them. I have
Haribo. Haribo?
No.
Dum Dum.
Dum Dum.
Yeah.
Dum Dum is one.
Dum Dum.
There's
The
what-
ones at
Tootsie.
the haircut.
Tootsie.
Bubble Yum Tootsie Pop. Tootsie Pop might be the worst lollipop.
Yeah, I hate
No.
those. Tootsie rolls are disgusting.
Bubble Yum, the
Tootsie
one with
Rolls
the
are
gum on the inside.
Yeah, those are okay.
Those were really good. What do you think is a good lollipop?
I like the ones you get at haircut
Honestly,
places.
Chupa Chups are
What's
are
that?
up there.
What's the
Chupa Chups are
haircut
little.
ones?
Which ones?
The ones you get at every barbershop at haircut places?
Oh, the
Oh.
Dum Dums.
Is that what those are?
Yeah.
Those are good. They have like Coke flavor.
The little
Yeah.
ones. The little
Oh,
ones
Coke flavor
with the paper
stinks.
no,
wrapper.
it doesn't.
No, it's
Yeah.
the nice mystery flavor that's like a
Blue
weird.
question marks.
It
That's
is blue
great, but I'm
question
talking about the clear. Yeah, I like blue question marks. Those are good.
Yeah.
No, the clear ones that are like a little lemony or
Yeah.
Oh,
coconutty.
those are,
Talking
that's
about.
that's pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would always do orange, Coke, root beer. Just keep naming strawberry, watermelon,
And by the time I leave, I'm completely
Diet
bald.
Dr Pepper.
It's a joke that he has to keep getting a
Yes,
haircut every
that's
time.
right.
Every time they're like
I
fucking
don't have,
shaving his
I
chest.
don't have
and he's
anything
like,
else to cut.
Please, they're tweezing his eyebrows.
Do you just want the lollipops, Nick?
Lemon lime.
You can leave. You don't
Yeah.
need to keep doing this. So that was fun. What else? We got anything else, Nick? You haven't talked much aside from to your girlfriend.
I've been lobbing in little punches.
No,
I
I'm
think.
kidding. I'm just giving you a
No,
hard time.
he's doing his best. Come
I
on.
went to a silent disco for my family friend's 60th birthday. You ever been to a silent disco?
No, I've seen one in the park.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? They're actually quite fun. I was
Do you
really
think you
I thought it
could
was
run
lame.
up and hit some. Like, would anybody? Is everyone's guard kind of down?
Yes.
I think
They don't have their
absolutely.
senses.
You could
You can just
rob.
run up and rock. Yeah, steal everything.
You
yeah,
could
just
rob.
pickpocket them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like a rooftop
My new silent
bar.
blind disco. Got a blindfold.
for a full sensory experience.
Yeah.
Their clothes are gone.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, it was different. It was different. That's why we live in
Yeah.
New York.
No, it was fun. There were 3 stations, so it was like oldies, mid 2000s, then like.
Also, not
current.
people aren't even listening to the same music.
No, you can't. Well, it's the headphones are color coded, so if it's red, it's oldies. Blue, it's
Yeah.
2000s green Gen Z or whatever.
Is that like a taboo to just listen to some other random thing but be there? You have like
Have your own headphones.
You have like a podcast on, and you're like, nobody knows.
You're just dancing to Joe Rogan. Talking about vaccines.
I like the guests. No, it was fun because you'd get tired of one song, and then you also see people with the same colors. You go dance with them, and then you go back, and
it's just so.
It
dystopian.
sounds really lame.
It's so sad.
Why is it so sad? You're making it sad in your sad brain.
It's sad.
You're sad.
We have to fucking put on headphones. And
no,
then,
you don't have to.
because it's a metaphor for everything that's wrong. Everything,
Is it?
in fact,
Is
is a
that what
metaphor.
it is?
Yeah, everybody's fucking.
That's
Do
like,
tell.
That's
everybody's
actually
like
how they pitch it.
isolated, right? You can't have a conversation
No, that's you can
because
because
take
it's
the
silent.
headphone
You can
off.
take it off, and then you can have a separate conversation.
Wow. So
This is
so
like an old
you
person's birthday
You
party.
can have a conversation by removing yourself from the music.
No, from opting in and out consensually.
Boring.
They give you a lollipop.
Yeah. No, listen. People can do whatever they want.
It's obviously not.
It's just like a sad, superficial experience, you know? Go listen to something with loud music. The other thing is, like, when you go to listen
You feel
to a
it?
DJ, yeah, you want big fucking speakers.
Yeah, dude,
and
this was
you
like a
want
fucking
sense of community.
60-year-old birthday party.
Yeah, dude.
What do you want? What do you
Why
want
are
me to
you
go
hanging
to?
out with
House
these-
of Yes?
with these old birds? Why are you hanging out with these old 60
Trying to get some old
sectarians? I actually saw some MILF porn today.
Yeah,
and
you
let me
did.
tell you,
Were they in a silent disco?
I don't know, or not even MILF porn. I think it was like
Gilf? Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm just
Send me the
like
link.
I'm growing up or what, but they didn't look that old to me. I was like, this is like fine. This is whatever.
How
You know?
how Gilf were they?
I don't know, 35,
28, past their prime. You
Puerto
know?
Rican gilf,
Right,
You know?
yep.
14.
Developing, yeah, third world Gilf.
Yeah, my name is Abuelita. Do you want to buy some chiclets? You know, do you get the joke?
Because she would have her baby strapped to her, and then that baby would have another child strapped to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 14 babies high.
Yeah.
Señor, ¿quieres chicles? Señor, chocolate, chicles.
You ever bought anything from those guys?
All the time, dude.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah, yeah.
You?
From what?
From the women, the abuelitas.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The
there's some,
25
like, fruit or whatever.
No. That's in the station, but on the train,
They have the fucking
young mothers
tray
come
with
around.
gum and candy and chocolates.
and a baby with
Oh,
a
I only support the basketball team.
walking
Just wanna-
bodegas.
What
Are you doing a
sport are
bit?
you playing?
Are you doing a bit? Are you doing a bit right now? Are you doing a fucking bit
You're
or
an
not?
insane person.
Are you doing a bit right now? You have to tell me. It's the law. Are we fucking recording? Yeah. Oh no. Wait, was this whole thing recorded? Oh no.
No, we got all the stuff.
There's a second microphone.
We got everything about Nick
Was-
saying that Jews get paid by
was
the government.
wrong microphone just plugged in?
No, stop it, dude. Look at this.
I know when it was like making the sound
No,
before.
no.
People want to peek behind the veil. That's what they want. Are you doing a bit?
I feel like if you were a lawyer, you would say that instead of like.
Your Honor,
Your Honor,
objection.
He's doing a fucking bit. He's a fucking hack. He's a fucking hack. He's just doing a bit.
You're doing a bit.
Are you doing a joke?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, I never.
What
give
if
to, I
you
don't give
weren't?
to homeless people?
What if he
Oh,
was
good
only
one.
giving to basketball teams? What would you
No,
have to say?
because if he fucking thought he was,
If he thought there
it'd be
was a
like,
basketball
yeah, I
team?
only give money to guys who need $20 to get the bus back to the shelter, but the shelter closes at 11,
Yeah.
and they really need $36 right now before the shelter
Yeah.
closes. That's why they need $45.
And he's on his way to a surgery that he's about to
Yeah.
have enough money for.
And I swear to God, I'm clean and sober. I'm in this rehab, but they make me come back by 8. Otherwise, they kick me to the streets.
Yes.
And I only need $72 more to get to the rehab.
Was this? I said this once as just a passing little joke, and I forget who it was, but some comic went, "Oh, do you get what I'm going for here?" So I was on the
Yeah.
train, and there was a homeless guy who had been burned clear, like he had no
Yeah.
face at all.
Yeah.
And he was going up to people being like, "Hey, I need money for a face." And I was like, "No, he's going to use it for drugs. No way he wants a face." That's what they all say. Anyway, I told it to a comic, and she was like, "That's mean."
No, that's very funny.
It's horrifically mean. It's
Yeah.
both. They're both right.
Yeah.
It's horrifically mean, but it is funny. What do you think? The fucking surgeon was like, "All right, listen, we'll give you a face, but You need a couple hundo.
You're gonna need $25 more. He's 25 short of a
He goes,
face.
hey, Doc, how am I supposed to get a face? He's like, you're not going to believe this, but have I got a plan?
You got to hit the streets.
He says,
you got to go on tour.
You would be surprised how many people actually want you to have a face.
Yeah.
They look at you and they go, ah,
Yeah.
and they say, how can I stop that?
That is, I think that is kind of the top tier of homeless in terms of pity. Eliciting pity is burn.
No face.
No face burn.
Physical
Burns
deformity.
bad.
Physical deform, yeah. With like no lips.
No fucking
And they're playing
legs.
an instrument, like a mandolin, you know, like a no face
Way
instrument.
less homeless people in Europe. Did you pick up on that? Like,
Well, they have
nearly none. Social
gypsies.
safety net.
Yeah, they have gypsies.
Talk about gypsies on the last episode. You encounter any gitanos?
No.
No.
They hate the Navy guy gets so mad because the gypsies are always stealing his cable. And one
Cable?
gypsy,
Why does he care?
I don't know,
What? It's free.
or maybe it's electricity. I don't remember. They were stealing some,
Yeah.
fiber optic.
Stealing
sort
his
of.
Pandora Premium.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, he said a gypsy tried to rob him, but the gypsy's like bitchy, so he just like clocked the dude. Oh. They hate gypsies over there, like they really do. It's like it's like Borat. It's awesome.
I saw a near on the Upper West Side. There's where I picked the kids up. There's a coffee shop called the Picky Barista, and there's all these Wi-Fi networks available. And one of the Wi-Fi
By
networks.
the way, that's the difference. You go to Italy, the cafe is called Cafe, and here it's like the Picky Barista.
Yeah.
It's like such a gay name.
I have a hot take about Europe or France and Italy's coffee.
Okay.
I have a hot take. I wrote a couple minutes on it. In fact,
Oh, very good.
so I can
Ours
do,
is better.
I can do the bits.
Drip
Okay.
coffee is better than espresso.
Oh,
Their
no.
coffee is bullshit.
No.
All their cafes are worse than Starbucks, and that's why they're losing to Starbucks.
You're so stupid.
You're
so fucking stupid. You're
All
so
of it
fucking
sucks.
stupid. You're so stupid.
It's so bad.
So I was at the
They have
Picky
nothing.
Barista.
Okay, so you're the.
They have no options. They're just like, here's our shitty like.
No, you have espresso or cappuccino or macchiato. That's
Sucks.
basically it.
What about Americano?
They don't do that. I
They
mean,
don't do that?
they do that,
But
but
They do it
but
like bad.
They don't do like tall coffees.
They do it to hurt you.
They don't do like they don't really do Americanos, and they certainly don't do Americanos with milk. They don't do cold brew, which fucking sucks.
They have nothing. They have limited options, and what they have tastes bad.
I never liked the espresso because it's so little.
The coffee tastes good.
It
Here's
does
the
taste
thing.
great, but
we're
it's so
having.
little.
Here's the other thing
No,
I
it doesn't.
noticed.
It tastes bad.
When you come back here, you're like every coffee you have is a quadruple shot coffee here. Everything here is so big and loaded with so much
that
caffeine.
you buy? Or
Oh,
that you
Like if you go to a coffee shop,
Yeah.
you're getting like the equivalent of like 4 coffees in Italy.
Yeah, we do it better over
For
here.
these countries that are supposed to be known for their cafes, we have such better cafes. Like any little shitty Brooklyn place is better than anywhere in Italy and Paris. They suck. It's just cute because you're in another country and ooh, culture. It sucks.
I enjoyed
think
it.
It's nice. It's nice to just take a little cappuccino or an espresso, have a little cookie, and keep moving. It's just a different culture.
It's worse. It's worse.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's much worse.
All right. Okay.
That's my hot take.
That's your
and
hot
just
take.
normal drip coffee is better than everything that they had.
No, I disagree.
It's outrageous.
I
You
make
belong
espresso.
here.
I make Americanos. I don't do drip coffee. Anyways, what was your?
You're a big patriot. It was just. It was
tell
very
your-
quick.
Tell your cafe. Tell your picky barista.
Yes,
Could you imagine?
my memory's been jogged.
Could you
Thank
imagine fucking having to open the picky barista?
Yeah, and can I tell you, this is
And
what the
you're trying to
logo is.
fucking hire
This is
someone?
what the logo is. It's
then you go
by the
in there
way,
and the
all the
guy's picking
baristas
his
there are
nose?
extremely. Yeah, you
You're
have to.
like,
Pick all the waitresses there are very. All the baristas are extremely hot. So I think that's what they mean by picky. They're like no fatties, no uggos.
Yeah.
We're very picky about the hotness. But the logo, it looks like a fucking communist guy. It's like a guy in a actually it looks like a newsie, but he's holding a spoon like this.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really lame. There's all these Wi-Fi networks, and one of the Wi-Fi networks is called "Fuck You, Homeless Paul." So I don't know. Seems like some gypsy stuff. Maybe snuck on a boat and came over here, and he's stealing our internet.
have you ever been to one of
Fuck
those?
you, and the kid was trying to get on the Wi-Fi of the. He's like, "What's this?"
Paul.
And I'm like, "You gotta watch out for
Yo,
Paul."
growing up in New York is amazing.
It's they get exposed to a
Have you
lot.
ever
I
been
mean,
to
they
one-
speak so black because which
The
is
Gen Z slang. They're like, "Yo, I'm finna."
dude. He was like, "I've been doing that." I'm like,
they're like, "Bet, I'm trying to get some."
This is hella what, and I see like black people are like just on the street walking next to us, despite my protests, and they're like laughing at the kids,
Yeah.
like to themselves.
But
Like I
that's-
can't believe this young.
I think that's what we
wigga.
did growing up too. when we
I
talk
never
about-
did that.
Yeah.
I would like
I didn't
curse
do
and
that.
stuff, but I never like talked black.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say the N-word, but I never said it like a black
What I would do is I would use
Say it like a Southern gentleman.
Yeah, that's right.
I would use white words, but do a black accent. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever called customer service and it's a black guy and he's trying to talk white to you? And he's like, yes, of course, sir. We can be looking into this right
Yes,
away.
of course, yes.
That's how I would talk. That was my slang.
You do a black guy doing a white guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You do a
But it's
Chappelle white
different
guy?
time. You're
A black
50.
guy-
It was different.
Yeah.
By
A
the
black
time
guy
we came
doing
up,
his
we just
best
didn't do that.
to be a buttoned-up white guy.
Yeah.
To keep his customer
Sorry to bother
service
you,
job.
white guy.
Yeah. Of course, sir. And I would love to be looking into this for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jesus Christ.
You ever been in one of those taco trucks where they have a homeless guy and you try to? There's one by my place where you order and they're like, get whatever you want, but do not give him any.
Yeah.
He always hangs around here and he sucks.
Yeah.
No, you talked
And
about
then
this
he's like,
last time.
"Give
I've
me
never
some."
experienced this, like a
like, "Do it, give me
mascot,
some."
like a leech.
I had the opposite. I went to
You feed him your radishes.
I went to one of
I
the
don't like these.
Mr. stores, and there was a guy outside begging. I said, "Do you work here?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Can you watch my bike for a minute?" He goes, "Sure." Then I go inside and I go, "So the guy that works here?" And they're like, "Yeah, he doesn't work here." And I was like, "Ah, fuck."
There goes my
And they were like, "Is he still out there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right, give him the sushi. Tell him you paid for it. Don't tell him because we don't want him to come back here and beg. But like,
That's nice.
yeah, here's some food on us."
That's good.
And then I went up to him and I said, "Hey man, I'll give you the sushi if you blow me."
Right.
Yeah, I said, "I'll make you a deal."
And then as he was blowing,
I
you were like,
paid-
this was from them.
I paid $42 for the sushi. Yeah.
I was at a little dollar pizza place over on J Street near where I used to live. And a homeless guy came up into the dollar pizza place and was like, hey, can I just have like a piece of cheese? I'm like really hungry. And the guy behind the thing just goes, everybody's hungry.
Yeah. At a pizza
That's why I
place.
have a business. That is tough, but it's right.
I've seen so many
Well, he
people
was like
just give
a-
away dollar slices to homeless people all the time. I see that all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
sure. This guy
It's
was
also like the easiest food to get. Anyone will give you $1 or buy you a dollar slice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
he seemed like he was like a first generation from someplace. And I've noticed when
the pizza man,
the pizza guy.
Yeah,
I
no
noticed
sympathy.
when they clashed with the homeless, they're like, get the fuck out. Like, no.
Yeah, because
yeah,
they're
that's like
I also
Latinos
came
voting
here-
for Trump. They're like, I
like,
fucking did this the hard way.
Right, I came here with nothing, and I fucking got a job, and
Yeah.
what's
This
preventing
piece of
you?
pizza and you can't have it.
Pizza.
But what the guy working at the pizza shop doesn't know is that guy is incredibly schizophrenic, and that he just got put on a kill list. You know?
Right. Yeah, that will never, fortunately, become anything because he can't follow through.
47 dead as homeless Paul finally exacted his revenge.
It's on the Wi-Fi.
47 really
Homeless
hot.
Paul finally cracks the code. The WPA security.
He got on the Wi-Fi and was able to order a submachine gun. he just had to order it to New Jersey. It's so funny.
The
They're like,
last step in
"There's-
his plan
there's
was
no-
just access to
there's-
Wi-Fi.
There's no guns in New York. Here about what about in New Jersey? Like all the guns you want. Fucking go to town, and then there's a tunnel.
Yeah, do they have a ton of guns?
Does anybody check?
Are there not a lot of guns in New York?
There's no, because of the density. It's very hard to get a gun permit. I mean, there are a lot of guns, but
Like
they're
Jersey.
illegal.
Yeah,
But like you can go to a Walmart in New Jersey and buy a gun.
Really?
and
I
then
didn't know
they
that.
don't stop you at the Holland Tunnel. You could bring a gun in New York very easily.
True.
Yeah, for any of our listeners that want a little bit of attention, maybe want to.
Yeah.
Maybe you're trying to impress a girl.
Girls like that.
Or a president. Or a president.
Somebody made an incredible joke that that fucking after the election they were like, if anybody feels like impressing a young Jodie Foster, here's your chance. Do you know about that?
Assassinating them because that's what the guy thought when he shot Reagan.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
a guy
Serb.
shot- a guy shot Reagan and he said he did it to
Yeah.
impress Jodie Foster.
You know,
Yeah.
he died.
You know what's
but
crazy
he
is
got out
she
of jail.
fucked him afterwards. Yeah, she was like, "How did you know?"
He got out of jail
Yeah,
and he started a little like a
are you
little
talking
business.
about John Hinckley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
plays
started like a
music.
Isn't he like reformed now?
He plays music.
Well, he was crazy. He like,
Yeah.
got out because he was great. But he started. No, I think he started a small business in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Buddy, he played it like Bowery Electric. He like plays gigs.
That's
He
awesome.
puts
Really?
music out.
Who am I thinking of?
That's
He might have
That
also
shot Reagan
started.
and then did other stuff.
I've seen a YouTube video of a guy of a would-be
he could've done both
assassin
things, yeah.
and just being like, yeah, I've done some bad stuff, but you know, it's all about the journey. He's like OJ. You know, he's like on a golf course just being like, hey man, it's all water under the bridge.
I mean, it kind of is. What are you
Big
gonna
thing
like?
is
Of
forgive
course.
myself.
What do you
You have to.
look? If you kill a guy, what are you gonna like get hung up on it?
No, and if you don't kill a guy, what are you going to get hung up on that?
Right? Yeah.
No. You know?
Kill a guy. Don't kill a guy.
Just forgive yourself.
It's just another day that
No,
ends
look in the
lie.
mirror and know you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Nick, so when you said supporting basketball teams, that was a bit.
Your Honor.
But when you said Jodie Foster, fuck John Hinckley, that was not a bit?
No, that happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
There's videos. It is funny that right now, if any of us had like a subscription to OpenAI or Midjourney or whatever, you could make a video of John Hinckley fucking Jodie Foster. You can make deep fakes very easily now.
Yeah. I was talking
Hands
to
look
I was
weird.
talking to
Couldn't do
Jake.
fingering.
No, that's not how they do it. They take an existing video that matches the body and they superimpose the face. It's not like fully generated. It's deep faking the face.
Just neck up.
Fucking idiot. What kind of
Fucking-
deep fake porn have you been watching? I can't believe you've been watching 6-finger deep fake porn.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
Oh,
and
what a
the
tard.
Hands morph together. It's nightmarish.
Do you follow any of these like nightmare AI accounts where
No.
like they make AI
Yeah.
videos where it's like a horse explodes into an egg and then
Actually, wait, no, I
out
haven't. No,
and then,
no.
like,
I don't like this.
beans. It's like a plate of beans and a British guy eating it and then his head explodes. It's incredible. It's incredible.
day.
I just sit there on the toilet fucking looking at these videos and I'm like, I should write a song. You know? It's just
You're almost Paul, dude.
we're just like so we're so
You're John Hinckley's grandson.
We're so detached. My friend interviewed I think the head of product at Spotify and tried to he asked this guy. He goes, hey, so how do you feel about AI music? And the guy was just such a fucking worm. He was like, well, a lot of people listen to white noise. That's AI generated. So is that AI music? And it's like, you know
Come
what we're
on.
talking about, pal.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Dancing.
Like you go to ChatGPT and you say, write me a song, and then you upload it to Spotify. And he goes, well, we're really just a platform for people to upload their art. And if it's legal, we will host it. And if people want to listen to it, then that's up to them. Which I get it, that's their policy. But it's like, you guys are fucking cockroaches. Like you're, you know?
What is the position of the head of product at Spotify going to be?
Of course it's going to be that. I mean, they don't even pay artists,
Yeah.
right?
But speaking about AI, I was talking to Jake about
Jake?
Velasquez, just about what he does for...
What? He did your podcast?
No, I was just talking to him here. Just,
Yeah, right.
you
Oh, he
know,
was just
He
here?
did your podcast. Don't come on.
we were having an
Admit it.
off-mic, non-pod conversation.
Why
Never
bother?
have Jake on the pod.
Yeah.
Never.
I like Jake.
I also like Jake.
Not enough to be on the pod.
Unlike the shit
Gotta
you were
work
saying
harder.
before we turned the mics on.
Got to work harder, Jake. But I was like, so what are you doing for work, whatever? Do you have a day job? You know, he goes, I'm like doing like stock things, and I'm using ChatGPT to like help me pick stocks. And I was like, you're using the paid version of ChatGPT, right? You're not just using like free GPT.
Yeah.
He is paying for GPT, but apparently it's working out. What do you think about that?
That's horrifying.
It is, right? Also, I saw something that
We're
like
also
some
like
Chinese
on an
guy.
extreme bull market right now, so I do not know how long this is going to
Yes.
last.
I don't know, but they've said that for a while.
No, dude.
Here's my theory
Have you
about
been
stock
following
market.
the stock market since the election? It's
No,
up like,
I've been following the stock market, not the stock market.
it's like fucking up
That's what he said.
20%.
Yeah. But my thing is like, it's always going to go up. That's my thing.
What,
Folks, bye.
what's your thing? What are you trying to say right now?
That
Even after the
given
great-
a long enough time horizon,
Given
it
a
will
long
go
enough
up.
time horizon, it will go up. And if it doesn't,
That's
that means we're fucked.
That's
So
literally the point of
That's why you buy like a
Index
mutual
fund.
funds and
Index fund, yeah.
ETFs, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I'm Warren Buffett.
So you say as long as America is around, the stock market keeps going up.
Did you
As
know
long
Warren-
as you don't need the money in the next 15 years, you should be able to buy and
you
you'll be
listen to
fine.
that book with me. Warren Buffett's not even the best stock trader in terms of his like year-over-year returns.
Because he started
He's just
later
been
in life.
doing it so long.
Oh, right. Yes, he started.
he started when
early.
he was like 14.
You're right.
Well, you know, that's what they say. Time in the market beats timing the market.
Yeah.
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 Welcome to Money Talk.
folks.
Welcome to Money Talk.
Welcome to FlophouseBusinessLLC.pod.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna have the owner of Gertie's Bagels, and we're gonna talk about the stock market.
Talk about how enlarging their holes by 2 centimeters has helped increase their profits and cut down expenses.
Because people don't even realize they're eating air. They're like, still bagel.
Well, they say it's low
but it's
calorie.
actually a little bit less bagel.
Low
little
calorie
less.
bagel. Well, they do that. Have you seen that? There's two things they do. Number one, flats, so you don't get a full bagel.
That's not a bagel.
Give me fucking bread
That ain't a bagel.
at that point. And the other thing is the scoop. Have you seen this?
No,
Very
Scoop
controversial.
Is,
You
seen this shit?
You seen this shit?
I'm serious. What
Nobody
the fuck?
told me they were scooping the bagels.
No, I'm dead fucking serious.
You doing a bit?
Hey, give me a hamburger. Throw away the meat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to cut back on calories. It's
Hollow out the inside
you-
of the burger.
You want to fucking eat the food, or you don't want to eat the food?
Yes.
You
dude.
know?
You should open a bagel shop. You should be bagel Nazi. And if they ask for scoop, you scoop their eyeballs out. And you make them, and you spread it over a non-scoop bagel, and you go, here's your fucking scoop.
No, here's your fucking
Here's your
scoop,
fucking
you
scoop
fucking bitch.
All right, we should probably wrap it up. It's getting late.
No, this is fantastic.
It's fun.
How have you guys felt?
Good. Feel good. It's fun.
Do you do this a lot?
I did it a week ago.
Do what a lot?
This podcast.
This podcast?
It's Zach's podcast.
It's my podcast.
You don't listen?
Damn.
Nobody does.
I feel like I'm missing out. Do you guys want to start like a real podcast?
This is a real podcast.
No, come on. I mean, look at this shit. I mean, like, what if we started a podcast and I shelled out like to rent a podcast studio so it actually looked good every week?
Well, the only
And
reason we're
someone
doing it
did.
here is just because Nick's here. I have a place. I have a setup in my
I've seen
basement.
I've seen it. I think we could do better.
What if you shell out,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
make this a podcast studio, you manage it, I give you 70%.
Absolutely not.
I keep 30%. I do
No.
nothing.
It's a good deal.
No.
Why not?
No, good.
All right.
Um,
Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been Overshadowed Podcast.
Wait,
Santiago is dead on Instagram. Zach Russell Comedy.
no, I'm not done.
You don't know mine?
Nick Hoppin Comedy.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
No,
Is there a red light? Did
Uh,
it die?
the camera might have died. There was never a red light on there.
Do you want to check?
I think we had enough. There's like a space.
Do you have another
issue.
podcast thing you want to say?
Yeah, I got another thing I want to talk
Is
about.
it going to be a clip or? I mean, the audio is recording.
It'll be a clip, but I want the visuals. Let's make
Wait,
sure.
why is this not recording? Did it miss my feet?
No, the question is just if it's gonna die. Is it gonna?
No space on the memory card. So yeah, I knew that. I mean,
When did it cut off?
we had like an hour 7 minutes, so it probably cut off like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Well, we got the audio.
Okay, we could do it next time. No, this is very fun. We could do it again.
Oh, this shit's still recording?
Yeah, I mean, well, you said you had another thing.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm not gonna do it for audio. I want clips.
That's fine. All right, thanks everybody for listening. Tune in next time if Santiago returns, if he doesn't find this beneath him, and we'll hear a pretty mid bit about coffee, and we'll have an MP4.
It's my new closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
All right.
See you next time.
Stop it.